got to a point where he couldn't even go past 4 rounds with me in sparring. And then he had to leave. He had to leave.
Hello, HTV fans. We are excited again to bring you Talking Boxing. Today we have in our midst a boxer who is known by a lot of the Ghanaian community, a promising Ghanaian boxer, has been in the US for a while now, but it seems like he has been lost to the big boxing world. Well, he recently had a bout this past weekend, and we are fortunate enough to have him today. The boxer I am talking about is Sena Agbeko. We'll go straight to the questions. But please, before we do, Sena, can you tell us who Sena Agbeko is to the non-Ghanaians out there?
I mean, I'm a professional boxer. I've loved boxing since I was a young teenager in Ghana. I moved to the US in 2013. Pretty much after beating who I needed to beat back home and winning, the Ghanaian middleweight and West African super middleweight titles. So I moved here in 2013. And, as with most things in life, sometimes you expect a very smooth ride to the top, but it's been everything but smooth. But, I've stuck to the game plan. And, at the moment, I can say that it's taken longer than expected, but I'm definitely on course to meeting my goals. My ultimate goal is to become world champion. Ghana has a long history of boxing and has had multiple world champions, 9 of them. So I'm hoping to I'm working really hard to become a part of that list and be recognized as one of the greats when it's all said and done.
Yeah. All right, very great introduction. And you said one thing that I want our viewers and me personally I'm interested in. Why do you think the road has been long for you and sometimes for other boxers too?
I mean, it's really a lot about opportunity, and then the nature of professional boxing is such that every boxer, literally every single boxer, is a business entity on its own. Like people associate, boxers with countries and whatnot, especially countries outside of the U.S. But unfortunately, it's really one person's business. That is, the boxer himself, his manager, and then if he has a promoter, it becomes their business. So it depends on how that particular outfit runs their business. So if you don't have the funds or you don't have the connections to push yourself to the top, then you're essentially a struggling business, and then you're not able to get where you need to get to. That is the simplest way I can explain it to the layman. So we don't have a lot of funding from the state, and it's like you're having to do everything on your own. You're having to reach out to these promoters, and God forbid you lose a fight. It almost always ruins your career, and it's like you have to climb a mountain to get back to trying to get an opportunity. So it's almost like you have to be stellar. You have to have a perfect record and win every fight that is put in front of you. But when you're coming from where we're from and then you come to the US, you're in a completely new terrain, and there are other people here, there are other fighters here who have promoters and managers with lots of money behind them, and they're looking to build their brand. They're looking to build the brand of their boxer. So coming in, they're not expecting you to win, and they'll do everything to make sure that the odds are stacked against you. So it's incredibly hard to come here and just, upset the guy, especially if you haven't been here very long and you don't understand the system. Mm-hmm. And that's what a lot of the fans, they love their fighters. And a lot of these Ghanaian fighters that come here are strong, they're dedicated, they want to win. But it takes more than just strength and hard work and just the desire to win to get ahead. You need to have a strong team around you. You need to have the right connections. And then you need, that good business management aspect of your career to be able to make a mark, especially here in the US.
So what you're saying is that sometimes it's not all about your talent or your abilities. It's the opportunities.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Honestly, my last fight, if I hadn't signed with, the people that I signed with, I wouldn't have been in that fight, and it wouldn't have put me in a position to show what I'm able to do. I mean, this guy that I know you're still waiting to get there, but I mean, I wasn't in a position to fight for a long time, and it wasn't because I didn't want to fight. I've been training hard. I've been training harder than most fighters who have fights coming up. I train harder than most fighters who are training for like championships and whatnot. But it's it's just the lack of opportunity, the lack of support, funding, and that's what people don't understand. It's like a musician. It's like most musicians. Any business that has promoters and managers, it's a struggle to get to the top, and you hardly make any money until you are the top, and that's only when you make money. But before you get there, you need people that are gonna pump money into you, people that are gonna take care of you, people that are gonna put you in the right spots to make sure that when the opportunity comes, you're able to take it. I mean, ultimately, you have to perform. You
Mhm,
have to win
mhm,
the fight to become a
mhm.
champion. But there's a lot of positioning that has to be done for you in order for you to be even able to try. And that's what a lot of people do not understand. They think that it's all about just, there's just a talent. No, it goes way, way beyond that. And I feel like that's a part of boxing that people do not talk about enough.
You are right, and sometimes when boxers do also get the opportunity, someone pushing them out there, it almost seems like they don't appreciate the efforts, all that
Yes.
that you just described to get people out there, especially back home. I feel like sometimes they don't know. I know some talented boxers in Ghana who may never make it up there, and it's not just because they are not good at what they do. They just don't
Hmm.
have the people to push them.
Yes.
It's a lot of
Yes.
money. But
Absolutely.
we're going to get to Ghana boxing a little bit. Now let's go back to this weekend. How did the Apollo Thompson fight come about?
So with Apollo Thompson, I had just recently signed with a new promotional outfit. I mean, sorry, a new managerial outfit, and they of course recognize my hard work and my talent, and they believe in my potential. So I went ahead and panned with them, and we decided, hey, what's the best way? It's not easy to get in because, like I said, everyone's looking to protect their fighters. Everybody wants to get to the championship, get to the money. So, we strategized and decided, hey, we need to fight people that are, notable or have better records and try to go from there. And, I believe that I'm a champion in weights and I just need the stage to be able to perform. So we vetted, a lot of opponents. Some of them turned it down. Some of them were just asking for too much money. And eventually, Apollo accepted the fight. On paper, he actually has a way better resume than me. I mean, he's a former WBO Intercontinental champion. He won the Boxino tournament in, I believe, 2017 or 2016. And he's also a former world title challenger. So,
Mhm.
I mean, his resume is impressive. And the only thing I could have boasted of was a West African super middleweight title and a Ghanaian middleweight title. So, and of course, he came to win. He was convinced he was going to beat me. Um,
So
we were met with a very.
that gets to my next question. That what was your strategy going in?
I mean, I have a very unique style of boxing. I think that a lot of people, when they watch me from the outside, they always underestimate what I'm capable of. I'm sure Apollo Thompson, I'm pretty sure that he looked at my record and was like, oh, this guy's fought nobody. And, his record is probably padded. And I didn't expect him to necessarily take me for granted. But I think that a lot of people, when they watch me, my style of boxing from the outside, they underestimate what I'm really able to do in there. So my approach towards the fight actually was to go in there, establish my jab early rounds, and then as the fight, uh, wears on, start digging to the body and whatnot. Um, I wasn't able to really execute it that way in the beginning, but
Mhm.
I feel like I was still dominant. I won pretty much every round. So
Were you expecting to knock him down that early though? Almost.
no, I wasn't expecting a knockdown. I feel like, again, like I said, on paper, he had the better resume. When the fight started, halfway through the fight, I knew I was in control. And for me, being in control of the fight is the most important thing. So once I figured I was in control, it was just a matter of, cruising to a victory. And then when I knocked him down in the 7th, at that point, I knew it was a 10-8. And I was like, well, that pretty much even extends the margin even further. So I was just focused on getting my shots in, and bam, the knockout came. So I wasn't necessarily looking for the knockout when it happened, but that wasn't the case throughout the fight. Early on, I was looking for that big shot, and then it made me, telegraph my shots a little bit. I swung a little wildly to begin with, but then my corner reminded me, hey, just stay calm, stick to the game plan, set up your shots, and eventually, when I wasn't looking for it, that's when it came. So
this will actually be the last question about this fight, and then we go to our rapid rounds.
Absolutely.
How do you think this fight has helped you in terms of moving on?
I mean, of course, this guy has a better resume. A lot of people thought, people look at me as this dark horse. They're not sure what to expect from me. So people were kind of like, I got the sense that people kind of expected him to win, but they didn't really know what I was gonna bring to the table. So, but just right off the back, in terms of say, BoxRec is jumped 103 places in the rankings in the world. So I moved from being ranked 166 in the world to 63 in the world. So obviously that win did a lot of good for me, and the fact that I knocked him out, I feel like it's gained a little traction, got a little attention from people, and people are going to be looking and expecting more from me. So it just renews that that drive, that desire to make sure that the next time I show up in the ring, I put up an even better performance, and I stay on track.
And hopefully in your next fight, you get another fighter who has great records, just like Apollo, who can actually catapult you up there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah.
All right. So now to the rapid rounds. These are questions that I want you to give me your quickest answer that will come in mind. Who do you hope to fight next?
I'm looking to find the top contenders. There are some really good guys. There's Christian and Billy. He's a solid he's Canadian but of Cameroonian heritage. I'd love to fight David Benavidez. He's the man everyone's scared of. And I don't care. I want to get in there with him. I want to fight Berlanga. Berlanga is at the time I was with another management company. They reached out to him. They declined a fight with me, saying that they had other plans for him. So at the time, of course, I can't. The ball's in their court. So I want to fight somebody that's solid, that's respected, and I want to prove that I belong in that mix. So Benavidez, Berlanga, this Christian Mbili guy from Canada, any of them. I'm ready to take on any of them, and I have no time to waste. I'm ready to jump on the ship and bring that world title to Ghana.
All right, we'll talk about Ghana. It's my last question for you. In short, what do you think of Ghana boxing now? And then secondly, what should Ghanaians expect from you?
Ghana boxing has really failed a lot of Ghanaian boxers. We literally don't have any support from them. Leading up to fighting Apollo Thompson, I didn't get any support, any media coverage, nothing. Nobody even tried to reach out to me, because they pretty much give up on fighters after so after, let's say you lose one fight, and then everybody writes you off, and then it's they don't try to help you. And I've been here. I never imagined that I'd been in the US for as long as I have been. But the whole time that I've been here, I've dedicated my life 100% to boxing. And yet I don't get any support whatsoever from Ghana boxing. And at this point in time, I have just decided that, it's my life. It's my career. And I almost do not care. Obviously, if I'm bringing it up, it means that I care on some level. But I almost do not care anymore, because I've just come to accept the fact that, you only matter if you are on the verge of winning a championship or you win a championship. And then when that time comes, I'll also flex my muscle. But I know what I'm doing in the back. But to tell you, Ghana boxing, or the Ghana Boxing Authority, I think, are just looking to make money from fighters without actually contributing anything to their careers. And so far, I will tell you, as a matter of fact, that no official Ghana boxing has ever reached out to me, sent encouraging messages or nothing, to me. So I wouldn't expect them to I wouldn't expect to deal with them in any way or form,
if you make it up there.
Of course, exactly. Because I mean, and I made it this far without them. I'll continue to push ahead without them, and we'll just see what the future holds.
Well, it's a very sad situation that you feel that way, and we hope that it changes at some point, because there are several more Sena Agbekos coming.
Yes,
we don't want them to be in your situation. So hopefully, especially the authorities, the GBA, hopefully they are watching, and we hope Ghanaian fans and also the Ghanaian whole boxing community are watching to know that, hey, you don't only support a boxer when they are up there. You got to follow them even when they are working their way up there.
Yes.
Sena, I'm very happy you give us this opportunity to interview you, and we will look forward to you. We keep track of how things are going, keep in touch, and we will make sure that we publicize you whenever we are able to. Thank you very much.
And thank you for the opportunity to talk to you guys. And regarding Ghanaians, I'm doing this for Ghana, and I'm loyal to my country, and I'm loyal to my people, and I want to be able to return to Ghana with the belt and meet people and be, be cool with my people. So I'm doing this for Ghana, and I love my people. I've been working hard. I'll continue to work hard.
Thank you. And thank you, Ace TV fans, for tuning in to Talking Boxing. Please make sure that you share this. Let's put Sena out there. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.